Okay, we're back out in the woods, ready to talk about the next adventure that we just had. So, this past couple days, a few days ago, we went into the city, and the idea was we're going to do another street interview. And we'd had some luck with these, going to the city, going up to random dudes and asking them sort of random questions, stuff that we thought was interesting, but it wasn't skincare specific. So we go to the city and we start talking to dudes, and the idea for this interview is we're going to go up to them and we're going to say, how important is skincare to you? Just kind of get a dialogue going. And really what I had anticipated was about a 50-50, kind of like a lot of dudes would be like, I don't really care about that much. Or some dudes would be like, it's an important part of my day and it's an important part of my life. Okay, cool, because that's on brand. The other subjects we were talking about weren't on brand. We very quickly realized as we're walking around talking to these gentlemen, dudes don't want to talk about this. And in public, we don't want to ask them this question. It became awkward very quickly. So this was a massive fail on our part, assuming because we spend all of our time thinking about how can we get the message across to guys, how can we spread the word to dudes, how can we say you can look better, feel better, confidence goes up as you get older, lines, wrinkles, you can help them go away without taking extreme measures like Botox and injections and that shit, you can get ahead of it. But this isn't something men want to talk about. Now, women would love to talk about this kind of thing. Women are very open about this sort of subject. But dudes, even us, the owners of company, weren't in the mood to go up and talk to other men about their skincare regimen. And it made me think, why? Why is that? Why are we not publicly okay about talking about this particular thing? It's a massive, massive market. There are many, many companies that are catering to this thing, but guys don't want to feel mortal. It kind of goes against our nature in a sense. And especially if some rando comes up to you and is like, hey bro, looking old? You feeling kind of older? You want to talk about the skincare regimen that's making you feel better? They're like, no, I don't know anything about that. And that was the vibe that we were getting, even though men that are ready and want to make a change and can do it will spend enormous sums of money on fitness, clothing, getting their hair taken care of, beautiful shoes, having an amazing wardrobe and a very effective, very enjoyable skincare regimen fits into all of that stuff. But I guess it would be even the same if we were talking to them about, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe we could ask them like, how many suits do you have? But really, you're kind of pinning people down. And I don't think people want to feel pinned down at all. And it made me wonder, and I wrote some things down here about like, what are the points of it? Why? So, men don't want to talk about this publicly. It's just not public for us. It's something that we kind of suffer in silence about. We're looking a little bit older. Skincare regimen starts being like, I want to get clean, I have acne or something when you're younger. I want to make sure that my acne goes away. I need to be cleaner. I need to get a little bit more on track and be a little more regimented about my protocol. Okay, fine. But I don't even think young guys want to talk about that. But if you approach men on the street, they're not really feeling like talking about that. This is a personal problem. So we really learned something here that really exposed our position, because we assumed that it'd be something that we could bring up, and it just wasn't like that. It just wasn't quite like that. And failing on this particular topic shows us quite a lot about who we're speaking to and how kind of deep of an issue it is for men. And it's a deep issue. Getting older and looking like you're getting older is not pleasant. And it's not really something you want to talk about. So that was our mistake. A lot of guys, number two, they don't really have an answer to that question. What do you think about skincare? They're like, I don't think about it. I don't know. It's like it's a necessary issue for me that I need to take care of, that I need to get on top of. But I'm not thinking about it all the time, and it's not something I really feel like discussing at the moment. So we were wrong on that issue as well. Number three, they want results, not conversation. You don't want to talk about it. Maybe if we were talking about like hardware stuff, power drill, bandsaw, some kind of like which brand is the best, which one works the best. But in this situation, from what we could gather, Men would rather just have results that they can live with and live by and just kind of vibe on that. You're gonna put the products, like if somebody saw this in the gym and they were like, that looks cool, man, what is that? And then they would be like, oh, this is Oak Bishop. This is their serum, it's fantastic, it works very well. But then they're not gonna talk about the properties of it or what make it work well. They're not, that's a personal thing. So we're really discovering that men aren't really open about it. And one of the craziest things is that we didn't want to ask the question after a while. We were like, this isn't something that we can go around asking people randomly. If we were posted up at some store, like inside a Nordstrom, and people could come up to us and ask us about it, but I don't think men would. I think mostly women would come up and ask us about our skincare regimen, what makes it special, why we did this, and what's inside of it. And finally, the category still feels not for them socially. There's a social stigma on it. I've made videos about this prior. This is the bottleneck that men face. You want a solution, but you're not comfortable talking about the solution. It's a big problem. It's a big issue for men. We don't like to feel mortal. We don't want to feel like things are slipping away. We want to feel like we're on top of everything. It's how, even if it's a lie we have to tell ourselves, we want to feel like we are in control. And if we don't feel like that, if something is pulling us the other way, it's very agitating. It doesn't feel right. It feels sort of uncomfortable. It's why we're going to wake up early. We're going to hit the gym. We're going to do our deadlifts. We want to feel strong. We see another guy in the gym that's crushing deadlifts. You're going to be like, I should lift harder. I should lift harder. Iron sharpens iron. It's that vibe, and that's how we feel. The category feels, I don't know. It doesn't feel approachable to many men. And I think it really is. I mean, I've invested myself deeply into this because I know it's a way that we can help men feel better about themselves, look better, approach their lives better, have an incredible skincare regimen. And frankly, the fact that there's a bottleneck in it is the opportunity. That's the opportunity, because that's the way that you can say to regular guys, like one dude we went, he was pretty friendly, but he wasn't really into talking about it. So he was like, I don't know about this. You should talk to my girlfriend, she's into it. And I was like, that's the thing, because it could completely help you so much. This dude probably tries his girlfriend's products out. I'm sure he does. It's like, well, I'll try this. She's investing all this and it's just sitting here in front of me. What's that? That's kind of nice, a little flowery, but it's kind of cool. But he doesn't feel comfortable investing in a regimen on his own because the category still feels not socially acceptable to many men. That's the bottleneck. That's the opportunity. And that's what we're trying to fix. That's what we're trying to fix. And frankly, I get up every morning before my family and I run, I lift. I got my fitness in check. I am getting older. I worry about my wardrobe. I worry about my hair, my presentation. And all of those things are the same as worrying about how your skin looks. It's the same thing. You're worried about this line here, your forehead, crow's feet, these lines around your mouth, all those things, you know, you can't fix it 100%. You've seen the monsters, dude, like the people in Hollywood that just look like, you should have not done that. Why did you do this? Maybe you're under a kind of pressure to look pretty that I can't possibly understand, but you've turned yourself into a monster. That's not appropriate, but you can tell it's only from the pressure of getting older. You can't fix it completely, but you can certainly mitigate it with a fantastic, powerful, strong, wonderful regimen made by a company like ours, like Oak Bishop, that really deeply cares about how you feel. Frankly, we went out and kind of ate it. Big fail going into the city. Took the whole day going to the city, microphone in hand. I can't stand doing it. I can't stand bothering people, walking up to people, but it's fascinating content to hear people's opinions. And New York City is accessible. Everybody's walking around on the street. We're in Union Square. People are kind of walking around talking. There's all these other people handing out all these brochures and flyers, and you know, we're not in that vibe. We're dressed nice. We're not trying to be annoying. But everybody's trying to get from point A to point B, and nobody really wants to talk. I get that. But if you do stumble across somebody that's willing to give you interesting conversation and you can get into something, but this is not rich or ripped. This is pinning someone down, making them talk about something they're not really comfortable about, and we completely 100% get it. So that was a fail on our part, but we did learn a lesson. And it reaffirms our belief and idea that this bottleneck that we're up against, and the bottleneck that is the actual opportunity of this business, is strong, man. It's really strong. It's hard for guys to talk about this stuff. It's hard to get older. It's hard to feel things slipping away. I am in the middle of that. In the middle of it. Feel things slipping away. You can have everything in the world. Beautiful wife, wonderful children, fantastic career, everything, fit, healthy, no problems. And every day you're just a little older and you don't look like you used to. And it sucks. And that's it. And that's what we're here to help guys with. And it does matter. I use it every single day. My crow's feet, I don't have them. I have no lines around my mouth. And the niacinamide and the peptides in this serum are magic. They're incredible. They work extremely well. The hydrator with caffeine, the caffeine tightens up all of these things on your face. Hyaluronic acid brings in the hydration, and squalane protects, makes a kind of a barrier, sort of like a very light lipid barrier over it, but it's a non-oily hydrator. I have oily skin, so I can't handle. This was designed expressly to not be oily. And then, of course, the beginning of the regimen is Juggernaut, the beast, the king of scrubs. And if you're going to be out there running 20-mile runs, in the gym, working out, sweating like crazy, you're going to need a scrub, especially like in my position where I have oily skin, build up around here, all this stuff. So it's a fantastic regimen, and it makes you feel better, look better. But clearly, walking around asking guys about it is not the way to go. So that's that. Next video we'll make on Monday, and should be a good one. We're going to do a little extra different kind of thing, and very excited about the next video. So have a great weekend. We'll see you.